Alright, so welcome back to my channel, and yeah, this is just a space where I talk about faith, creativity, spirituality, and really just resting in the easy and light yoke of Jesus. You know, too often religion and Christianity, or as some people like to say, churchianity, too often places this narrative of striving, fear, control, and performance. And when we really read the scriptures and read what Jesus himself had to say, you know, he tells us to come into rest, to rest with him. And it's through that rest that the works happen, that the fruits happen. But I wanted to make this video today to talk about how we often put the cart before the horse when it comes to following Christ. And, you know, I've kind of noticed this in the last few days, that I was starting to feel restless and burned out and almost kind of resentful in a way. You know, I didn't want to read my Bible, I didn't want to pray, I didn't want to do any of these things because it felt like homework, it felt like a chore, it felt like something that if I didn't do it, then I wasn't worthy of God's love. And first off, just how heavy of a burden is that to carry? Like, to feel like, you know, that love is conditional on our performance and conditional on what we can do rather than what Jesus did. And really, I want to invite you now, if you're stuck in that trap of feeling burned out, feeling restless in your spirit, please understand that Jesus calls us to rest in him and to abide in him. You know, he says that alone we can do nothing. Without him, there's nothing that we can accomplish. And so it's actually about surrendering that control and simply abiding in him. It's being present with him, not with the rules of Christianity, not with the performance or the striving, but just being with him and abiding in him. Then it becomes Christ who does the work through us, right? So it's not about what we can do. It's about what he can do through us when we give up the reins, when we give up the control, and when we just come into a place of deep quiet, where we allow ourselves to rest in what he has done for us. Because then life becomes a joy. Then, and you've all felt it in your walk, it's like life is a joy when you're surrendered to him. Because it's no longer about you and all of the efforts that you can do. It's him moving through you as you abide in him. And it's the antidote to this resentment and to the stress and overwhelm that you can sometimes feel from the rules and the fear and the dogma of religion. You know, Jesus wasn't an advocate for more fear, more rules, more idols to cling to. Jesus was an advocate for deep, abiding love. And that's what he invites us into. And once you come to this place, it's like, you know, you don't read your Bible to tick off a box. You don't pray to tick off a box. You know, you do those things because you just want to spend time with him. You do those things out of love, out of connection. It's about being and presence. So, I truly believe that that is the antidote that many of us are seeking often in our spiritual paths, is that deep sense of soul rest. And I truly believe that only Jesus can give that, and that's what he wants to give you. So if you're watching this, take this as a sign to just take a nice big deep breath out and put aside the rules for a second. It's not about rules. And just come into a place of presence. Realize that he just wants to have a relationship with you. And apart from that relationship, you can't do anything. You're just going to be exhausted. So if this message helped you, please subscribe. I'm just making videos where I talk unedited. I'm never going to edit or script anything. Just going to hit record, bang, upload it, and maybe we can get a bit of a conversation starting around these topics. So